Hello friends, hope your preparation is going strong. This video is on Indian soils, a topic often asked in UPSC as well as other PSC exams of the states. So, soil, it's not only about geography, but it's also very often linked deeply with agriculture and climate and other factors. So, let's understand it together. So as we can see, soil formation. So how is soil even formed? Well, guys, it's not magic, it's science, right? So there are five key players as you can see. Parent rock, right? So the parent rock determines the mineral content of the soil. Now climate as you can see, more rain, more leaching of the soil, right? So, and if less rain, then more salty. So that you have to understand. The third is topography. Topography, if we have steep slopes, then we have thin soils. And if we have flat lands, we have deep fertile soils. In biological activity is also one of the important factors of the formation of soil. If you have worms, you have microbes, then the humus is rich, right? And the fifth is the time. Yes, thousands of years of patience, right? So when these factors mingle, then they cook up the diverse soils of India. So now let's look into the different soils that we get in India. The first, let's start with the superstar, right? So alluvial soil. It's found in the Indo-Gangetic plains mostly and covering almost 45.6 or you can say 46% of India's land, right? That's almost half of the country. Why it's awesome? It's formed by the rivers depositing sediments for centuries like the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra. It is rich in humus and potash, but it's low in phosphorus. We have to keep this in mind because many times questions is asked whether the soil is rich in phosphorus or not, right? Or in potash or humus. So we have to know that. We have to remember it. And it is found mainly in Indo-Gangetic plains, I have already told. And the major crops are rice, wheat, sugarcane, cotton and pulses. Okay. And we have two types of alluvium, that is khadar and bhangar. The khadar is the new alluvium, okay, brought by the river, and bhangar is the old alluvium and which is also less fertile. Now, I have also shared the map of India and the distribution where we can see that alluvial is here, right? In this area where Ganges flows, Indus river is flowing here. So, like that, we have Brahmaputra here. So, the big rivers are making the Indo-Gangetic plain very fertile. Next, we are moving to black soil. Black soil is also called regur soil, right? So we have to know the regur. Or we can also say black soil is the cotton king, because the cotton is predominantly grown in this region of black soil. So why black? Why is the question, right? So why black? Because of the titaniferous magnetite or basically iron-rich volcanic rocks. Iron-rich volcanic rocks. So it is black. It holds water like a sponge and therefore it is very ideal for dry regions. Okay, it is rich in clay, retains moisture, and it is black due to iron. I have already said it is ideal for cotton and also good for sugarcane, tobacco, pulses, and citrus fruits. And guess what? We have a UPSC previous year question in 2021 about black cotton soil. So black cotton soil of India has been formed due to the weathering of fissure volcanic rocks. It is found mainly in the Deccan Plateau. Okay, moving forward. So paint the land red, right? You can see here. The red soil gets its color from iron oxide. Okay, its color from the iron oxide, basically rusting rocks. It's spread across Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Odisha, parts of Chhattisgarh, right? It covers around 10.6% of the land. Okay, so the red soil you can see here. Okay, and the crops mainly grown here are groundnut, cotton, pulses, and tobacco. It's naturally not very fertile, okay, because it is poor in nitrogen and organic matter, okay, but it's great for some crops like groundnut, cotton, pulses, tobacco. Okay, so think of red soil as the underdog. It shines with proper care, right, friends? So now we go to the tropics. Hello, laterite soil. So the name comes from later, which means brick. Okay, it hardens when exposed to air. So yes, you can literally build houses with it, right? So, but the thing here is it is rich in iron and aluminium, but it is poor in nitrogen and lime because of the leaching, and it is formed under high temperature and rainfall. We can see laterite soil in this area, and in this plateau region of India we can see laterite soil. And the best thing is that the crops like cashew, coffee, tea, rubber are grown in this laterite soil, right? And guess what? We also have a previous year question. In 2013, it was asked which statements are correct, okay, about the red soil. So it is red in color, rich in nitrogen and potash, found in Rajasthan and UP, tapioca and cashew grow. So the answer was 1 and 4. Now, feeling hot? Yes, we are into the Thar desert, right? So we are talking about desert soil or the arid soil. So it is found mainly in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, and Punjab. It is sandy, low moisture, right? Because of the low rainfall and high evaporation. Okay, the evapotranspiration rate is very high, and what happens because of the evaporation and due to capillary action, the salts which are under the soil, it raises above because of the water content. So water content, as in because it is dry, it tries to fetch water from the underground, and what happens is the salts also come out. So it is very salty and it is very saline. So you can see high salt content and it needs irrigation, right? And the crops grown here are barley, millets, pulses, and cotton. And we see millets because it is a climate friendly crop, right? It doesn't need much of water to grow. That's why we are promoting millets in the dry regions nowadays. And you can see the marking, the arid soil is in this region. Okay. Next, from dry deserts to the lush green forest, forest soil is found in Himalayan region. It's found in Western Ghats and Northeast India. So because the rainfall is high in these areas, we find here very rich forest and the forest soil, right? It is formed under the forest cover. It is rich in organic matter and humus because there are so much of trees and organic matter. So obviously it is rich in humus. It is fertile, but it can be acidic because of the high rainfall. Because of the high rainfall, it can be acidic because of the anaerobic respiration. Because when the land is submerged under water, we have anaerobic respiration, which makes the soil acidic. Okay, friends? And the crops grown here are tea, coffee, spices, wheat, maize. The Western Ghats are very famous for spices, and even the Himalayan region, right? tea. We know Darjeeling tea, Assam tea, very famous. And this lies in the region where forest soils are found. Next, we move into the peaty and the marshy soil. Let's get wet, really wet. So, these are found in the waterlogged regions of Kerala, Sundarbans, and some parts of Bihar where there are wetlands, right? It is dark, spongy, and rich in organic matter, but acidic. As I have already said, when there is more water, more land is submerged under water, the soil becomes acidic and it needs proper management. And the crops grown here are paddy, peas, carrots, radish, and potatoes. That's why we see paddy is one of the greatest contributor of greenhouse gas because it releases methane because of the anaerobic respiration. The release of methane also causes the soil to acidify. Methane. So this you have to know. You have to connect the chapters, the topics with one another. Now I am talking here about the soil, but I am also discussing about global greenhouse gases. I am also talking about anaerobic respiration, methane. So you have to interlink the topics whenever you are studying for UPSC or any other competitive exam, right? Now we have the saline or alkaline soil. Okay, so saline soil, guys, it is high in salts, obviously, like sodium and magnesium. It is found in dry regions like Punjab, UP, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. So why it is saline? As I have already said, when the land is dry, when the land is wet, then also we have acidic condition. When the land is dry, then what happens? The salts beneath the land, it comes above because of the capillary action. So that we have to remember. This soil obviously has poor fertility, pale surface, difficult for crops, but it needs treatment before cultivation. Okay, when the soil is saline, then there are various products we can put, and it can grow products like crops like cotton, barley, sugar beet, sunflower, and pomegranate. Okay, and yes, we also have a previous year question. Okay, in 2018 UPSC prelims, it was asked, irrigation over time contributes to salinization, true or false? And that is true. Okay, and the significance of the soils. See, the soil is the significant food contributor, right? We have a food basket because we have soil. So what are the significance of soils? Agriculture supports over 40% of the population. Economy, it is backbone of food security. We have soil, only then we had green revolution, right? Ecology, it maintains the biodiversity, right? Carbon storage, it helps in carbon sequestration. It helps in carbon sequestration. It's very important. Okay. And resilience, it reduces erosion and protects during droughts and floods. So guys, we have completed this topic of Indian soils. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such interesting contents. Thank you.